Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Wishing you all a very, very happy and auspicious Janmashtami. So here, bringing in this Janmashtami meditation series, today we have reached at another prompt, and this is a very, very unique and interesting one, because today we are going to talk about the prarthana, the prayers. So if we read Srimad Bhagavatam, it is full of prayers. Some prayers are for the glorification of the Supreme Lord and his devotees, like the ones offered by Dhruva Maharaj or Prahlad Maharaj, glorifying the Supreme Lord. Some are the prayers which are like thanksgiving and expressing gratitude or describing the beauty of Krishna. So if we read Bhishma Stuti, or the prayers which are offered by Bhishma Dev. Now Bhishma Dev is a warrior and he wanted or loved to see Krishna as a warrior. So he is describing how beautiful Krishna looked when he was at that battlefield. So all that meditation was going on in the mind of Bhishma Dev, and he was offering his prayers while lying on the bed of arrows. So that variety of prayer. Then there are also prayers seeking protection. So like that of Gajendra, who was almost about to leave his body. He was having this struggle, this war with that crocodile, and he was almost getting defeated. And at that time, he remembered the Supreme Lord and he offers his prayer so that the Lord protects him. Then there is prayer of Kunti Maharani, which is like an epitome of perfection, where she cites all the calamities that she had to undergo, and then she makes a very specific request. She is not asking for protection. She is not even thanking. What she is asking is, give me these problems, these calamities again and again. Because if the problems are there, then my dear Krishna, you are constantly with me. So that is the mood and the prayer of Kunti Maharani. So as I was telling you, that Bhagavatam is full of prayers. And then when we read Shiksha Ashtakam, so those are the Ashta prayers of Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given that amazing prayers, and then in our ISKCON temple, every day we have different set of prayers at different time, where sometimes we are glorifying the Supreme Lord, sometimes our spiritual master. So these prayers, now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught that when we pray, we can ask for three things. One is Jivera Doya, or compassion for all living entities, and this compassion gets manifested in the form of preaching. The second is Vaishnav Seva, or serving the devotees of the Lord. So how we have heard that Krishna is pleased when we serve his devotees, so we ask for Vaishnav Seva. And the third point is Namera Ruchi, or the interest or the taste for chanting the holy names of the Supreme Lord. So this is what Mahaprabhu has indicated, three cursors on which we can pray. Today, on this auspicious Janmashtami, I would like to take your attention to one of my, or rather my favorite prayers. So I have gathered few of the paragraphs from that prayer, which I want all of us to read and meditate upon. This is called as Markine Bhagavat, and these are the prayers of Srila Prabhupada himself. So in this, now these prayers were written when Srila Prabhupada was traveling to the West for the first time, when ISKCON was not established, when Srila Prabhupada was going to the West and he did not know anyone, he had no friends there who were willing to help him out. He was going just with one mission, that mission which his spiritual master had bestowed him with. So this is how Srila Prabhupada was praying, that how will they understand the mellows of devotional service. So he was referring to the Western world. Oh Lord, I am simply praying for your mercy, so that I'll be able to convince them about your message. So Srila Prabhupada is going to a completely unknown land, and he is praying for Krishna's mercy. Why is he praying? Jivera Daya, so that I can convince them about your message. He further says, how will I make them understand this message of Krishna consciousness? I am very unfortunate, unqualified, and the most fallen. Therefore, I am seeking your benediction so that I can convince them, for I am powerless to do so on my own. So he is declaring that Deen Bandhu Dinanath Meri Dori Tere Haath, you have the complete control. And if you want, then something can happen. Otherwise, on my own, I'm unfortunate, I'm unqualified, and I'm most fallen. He says, O spiritual master of all the worlds, I can simply repeat your message. So if you like, you can make my power of speaking suitable for their understanding. So Srila Prabhupada is telling here that if I speak the words and those words make any meaning to the audience, then that is because of you, Krishna, because of your empowerment. So if you so desire, you kindly empower me. Only by your causeless mercy will my words become pure. I am sure that when this transcendental message penetrates their hearts, they will certainly feel gladdened and thus become liberated from unhappy conditions of life. So Srila Prabhupada knew that everybody there is unhappy, and he was carrying this treasure house, this wisdom from the Vedic scriptures, and he knew that only if Krishna is merciful, these people could actually become happy. And we know that how Prabhupada made these hippies into happies. O Lord, I am just like a puppet in your hands. So if you have brought me here to dance, then make me dance. Make me dance. O Lord, make me dance as you like. So this is he asking. So this is the benediction Srila Prabhupada is asking, that let me become a puppet. You please control me completely. And then he says, I have no devotion, nor do I have any knowledge, but I have strong faith in the holy name of Krishna. I have been designated as Bhakti Vedanta, and now, if you like, you can fulfill the real purport of Bhakti Vedanta. So Srila Prabhupada, when he composed this prayer, there was no ISKCON. He was one person going with some Srimad Bhagavatam sets to the Western world, and his attitude was that I'm not carrying Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, Bhagavatam is taking me to the West to distribute this message. He had no idea that 50, 60 years later, we would read and meditate on these prayers. This was his very, very personal, heartfelt offering. So this is what he was praying. And we know that because of this prayer, this entire ISKCON society has manifested. So many changes in the society have come because of that. The Bhakti Vedanta Book Trust has manifested. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada and his sincere prayers, so that something which was otherwise impossible became possible. Everything started manifesting, and this is the root cause. So my dear devotees, today's prompt is, could you find some 10-15 minutes where you can sit and write your own prayer? What is your prayer to the Supreme Lord on this very auspicious day of Janmashtami? Happy Janmashtami once again. Hare Krishna.